Hey, what's up everyone? Number one VTuber Steelers fan here, Starry Ray, and today I'm excited and happy because last night was the Steelers' first preseason game without Big Ben, and we looked good, man. In this video, I'm just gonna talk about what I saw out there and players that I liked and what I think our future looks like for this season. But before we get into this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. As the NFL season gears up, Steelers videos will be returning, so be on the lookout for those. So we should discuss the elephant in the room, or in this case, elephants in the room, because there's three of them, and that would be the quarterbacks. We got Mitchell Trubisky, Mason Rudolph, and touchdown Kenny Pickett. All three QBs played really well yesterday. I really liked watching them. I liked what I saw from really all of them. Mitchell Trubisky went 4 for 7, 63 yards and a touchdown, and then he was sat. He didn't play much. He played that drive, and that was it. So it's really hard to judge from those 7 pass attempts, but I liked what I saw. There was one point where he almost got sacked and he broke out of that. He was running out of the pocket, and he was making accurate passes on the rollout as well, and that's actually when he threw his touchdown pass. So yeah, Money Mitch was really he's good. I think he's going to be a solid starting quarterback, and it looks like he's going to be the starting quarterback. I think even Coach Tomlin said that it's his job to lose, so we'll see what it details in the future. But I'm not worried with him as the QB1. Next, we have Mason Rudolph, and this one, it looked like it was gonna be a disaster. It started off awful. Like, the first play that he walked into was awful. He got the ball stripped from him, and luckily we were able to recover that fumble, and then he followed that up with a touchdown pass to George Pickens. George Pickens made a hell of a catch. That ball was placed in the right corner of the end zone, only where Pickens could get it, and it looked nice, man. I'm so happy. That looked really good. I think Rudolph's going to be a decent backup. I don't think he's going to be the starter, but that's okay. He could just be a great backup, or maybe not great, but he could be a decent, serviceable backup QB if we need him. Hopefully we don't need him to, play any minutes this season, but, if we have to for some reason, fingers crossed, we do have a decent backup for this season. So I think that's going to be really good, and it's okay that he's not going to be starter material. And lastly, we have the future Mr. Touchdown Kenny Pickett, man. He walked into that game and he just had all the confidence. He is the future for sure, 100%. He was out there rolling out of the pocket. He was making passes. He was sitting in the pocket and making passes. And yeah, he just looked great from what I could see. The NFL Network changed the game. They changed the game after his first drive, which was a touchdown, by the way. They changed it to the Cowboys and Broncos. What? And that game wasn't even good. I shake my head, man. I shake it so hard. I was so pissed off that they put the Cowboys game on, because the Steelers game was so close. The fourth quarter, it was tied. It came down to a game-winning touchdown drive by him. I don't know, man. I don't know what NFL Network was thinking doing that. It really pissed me off. I couldn't see the end of the game, so I'd watch some of the highlights. But I still loved what I saw from the highlights. He was dinking and dunking some passes, I won't lie, but he was accurate, and I think in the future the long bombs will come. I also love to see him running to try to get first downs. I think Kenny Pickett is really the future, man. I truly believe in him. The whole city is behind him for sure. But I'm also okay with him sitting on the bench for part of the season to learn behind Trubisky and Rudolph. There's really no rush for him to get thrown into the fire yet. So that's my QB analysis going into this season. If I had to rank the QBs, it'd be Mitchell, Kenny, and then Mason. Some of the other plays that stood out for me was George Pickens. He made a hell of a catch, as I already mentioned, and he was just making plays out there, man. I think he's legit. I think he's going to be really solid for us in this season. For this season, I think he's going to be really solid. I can already tell. He's fast. He can shed a tackle, but he's also able to have precise footwork and come down with catches that are difficult. So I really liked what I saw. Another receiver is Gunnar Osesqui. That name is really hard to say, by the way, but he was Mitchell Trubisky's best friend the first drive. Yeah, he hooked up with him a lot, and they made some really good catches, and he also caught the touchdown pass. But he looked really good out there, and I think I believe that he should be able to get some PT and the third at the third wide receiver spot. So, that's something to look out for, and I think he has a lot of potential. And lastly, I want to mention Jaylen Warren. He had 6 rushes for 34 yards and averaged 5.7 yards per carry. Now, he wasn't the leading rusher of the game. That would go to Anthony McFarland Jr., who had 7 carries, 56 yards, and averaged 8 yards per carry. But the reason I put Jaylen Warren is because he also can catch the ball and make plays up the field. His stats receiving were 4 receptions, 30 yards, and the touchdown pass from Kenny Pickett. And he averaged 7.5 yards per catch. Now, I know his actual playing chances are very limited, but in the future, I think he can have some chances to maybe play backup running back. Possibly, maybe if he continues to have like moments like this, then I think he could play backup running back because he can also catch, and Najee Harris can catch as well. So he 100% stood out for me, and I'm excited to see what he can do in the future. So going into next season, we have a lot of hope and promise. We looked good in the preseason. You can't overvalue the preseason, but I think we're gonna have a good season. We're for sure gonna be a dark horse candidate for the playoffs. My one hot take. This may be the bias in me, but it's a hot take. I think we're going to be better than the Ravens this year, just by a little bit. I think we might have just like maybe 1 game over them, 2 games over them, but I think we could really be better than the Ravens this year. It's really not out of the realm of possibility. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Leave a comment and tell me what your expectations for the Steelers are this season. And also, if you made it this far, leave a like and subscribe, and check out my Twitter because I do live reactions to these games, and I just also have live NFL reactions. So yeah, check that out. And yeah, I hope to see y'all in the next one. Steelers videos will be returning once the season starts. So I hope y'all are excited because I am. So yeah, later. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Bye.